bring for you? What did I bring? Do you want to sit down? Skye, sit. Oh, I know. Come on then. Good morning everyone from the plot again. It's a bit windier and colder today, but we're doing a job that's long overdue. We have 2 Dalek compost bins which are fine. They're in quite a good location so that when we need to empty them we can just spread them straight onto the bed. But we have 2 large compost bins which are basically just stacked up pallet collars, which aren't in the best location and they're quite difficult to access. The pallets are falling apart, they let in loads of light so the weeds grow through, and I'll be honest, because it hasn't got an open front, we find it quite difficult turning the compost, so we basically never turn the compost. So they're not really fit for use basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the pallet collars because they are falling apart, and we'll book a tip run to get rid of those. And then we've got some pallets from work, some better pallets that we're just going to tie together rather than doing something too permanent, so that if we do need to move them or access them or do anything, it'll just be easier. We're going to leave the fronts open. Maybe we'll shove some cardboard down there or tie a bit of wood on really loosely so that when we need to turn the compost bins it's a lot easier. And recently we removed one of our plum trees because it was diseased, so we've moved Skye's kennel over there, which means that we can now actually get our wheelbarrow to the compost bins. So I think hopefully this year we'll definitely get on top of our compost. We do have clay soil here which isn't the best to work with, so adding compost as much as we can will definitely help with that over time. So we definitely need to have a better composting system so we make it, you know, a bit quicker, a bit more efficiently, and buying compost is quite expensive. So hopefully we'll get on top of this today. I'll show you what we do. We're not experts, but we've seen a few YouTube videos with different kind of designs, and we're just sort of doing what we think will work best here. But if you have any better ideas, then please let us know. But yeah, I hope you enjoy and I hope you find it useful, but we'll get to it. So yeah, this is what we have at the moment. So yeah, you can probably see we've got these old pallet collars, they're falling apart, there's loads of gaps. Weeds growing through, and it's just a bit of a mess, to be honest. And then there's the next one, so I'm going to get rid of these. Our wheelbarrow fits through now, and I'll just show you the path. So here's some of our beds we're planting in at the moment, so we can get the wheelbarrow down here. Hello, Skye. And then through there onto most of our main beds. But yeah, I think we do know that there was some rats nesting in here, and we felt bad sort of moving it around, so hopefully they're gone now. But yeah, I'll show you what we get up to. I think we're lucky. They're not there? No. It. Good girl. Okay, don't jump over the beds. So yeah, we're putting the stuff that's not properly composted down at the bottom. You know, it's still a bit woody. And then we're going to put the nicer stuff on top, and hopefully that'll be enough to plant in at least. And then this should just break down over time. We've removed the old compost, the old pallet collars, which are all over there in a pile, and then we used the ones that were savable. We got rid of all the sort of compost and the stuff that were in the bed, and have used that today. And then we've levelled it off a little bit, put some cardboard around the edges to try and stop the weeds growing through with the sunlight. And now we're going to start tying all of the pallets together to make our compost beds. Okay, so we've done most of it now. We've tied them all together with baler twine. You can screw them together, but you need extra bits of wood in the corners to actually screw it all together. So we have loads of baler twine here, so we thought we might as well use what we've got. So we've tied it together, but it is like pretty sturdy, to be honest. If it gets to a point that when it starts to get full that it's pushing it out and it's getting quite loose, then we might rethink it and use screws, but I think this will probably work better for us anyway. We haven't decided if we're going to put anything on the front yet. I feel like with it open, it's going to be easier to get in and out and to actually turn it. Whereas I think when it's got the front, it's just going to be a mental block and I'm not going to want to do it. Whereas with it open, I think realistically both of us will be quite happy to just give it a turn every now and then. So for now, we're just going to leave it uncovered. But now we're just going to put the plastic down. We learnt a few lessons when we took apart our other pallet collars. It had plastic at the bottom. We thought it was like annoying. But actually, when we got to the bottom and we didn't want to get the shovel at that awkward angle, we were able just to lift all the plastic and get all of the last bits up. So we're going to put plastic on the bottom, and then we're going to line the sides with plastic to stop any weeds growing through, because it'll stop the light getting in. Right, so that's the compost bins done. The weather's getting a bit breezier now, so I think we might just miss the rain potentially. But yeah, the compost bins are done. We did find some nails, so we've sort of tacked it into the sides, and then when we start filling them up, this plastic on the inside will be weighed down. So sorry for the slightly abrupt change, my camera died so I lost some footage. So the rest of the day we just tried to get on top of the rest of the beds. So this is going to be for artichoke. We recently had an artichoke salad in Crick Howell and it was so lovely, so I thought might as well buy some plants. They're perennial plants, so it reduces the work every year. They like well aerated and nutrient dense soil. We have clay soil here, so not very aerated, so we just loosened it up a bit, added some compost and manure and wood chip around the edges. We also then tackled the front of the plot, so it's quite rocky down here, so we usually just plant corn. So yeah, I removed the final bit of plastic. The plot looks so much nicer without all that plastic. And then used the saddle hoe to cut the tops of the weeds off. Raked them off, and then added some compost from the compost bins just to bulk it out, and then some manure and compost on top. I know corn doesn't need the most nutrient-rich soil. Most of it did quite well last year, but there was quite a few plants that sort of bent and broke. We're not sure if that was like an accident or if it was something to do with the soil, so we just thought, why not? We also did the pea structures as well. All of the compost and manure today cost us about £30, so hopefully with getting on top of the compost bins we can reduce this cost next year. But yeah, Skye had a lovely day. She's definitely the perfect little allotment dog, bless her. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you made it to the end. If you want to watch more videos like this, then please subscribe. It really makes all the difference. But thank you for watching anyway. I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.